Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus. Now I'm going to update you on this weather that we're getting through now, these couple of clippers, and what is coming into next week. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. And yes, I am wearing a hoodie. It is 10 degrees over here this morning. I'm in Milwaukee. And we have our giveaway for today. So you can see one clipper that's moving through, and this is going to go up on a high ridge. Now, these clippers, they do move quick. They bring some winds with them. They have different names. It all depends where it comes from, where it originates in Canada, where it's a Manitoba Mauler or Saskatchewan Screamer or just an Alberta Clipper. It all depends where it comes from. But we also have another one that is moving through shortly, and that is going to do about the same effect. Now, what we have coming, they have the cold air coming down, and we have the chance still for the mixed precipitation, chances for a lot of ice to build up. And we do have warnings out for this morning. So you see right here in this brown section that you have chances mostly for winds. You're going to have some winds that's going to be moving through while you have these clipper systems. And everybody that's in all this white, you might see an inch from this first clipper. Now, the blizzard warning and all that was up here for North Dakota, Minnesota, that's all going away. Everybody that's in all this blue, you have chances anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of snow, including this pink for the winter storm warning. The only difference is y'all have some winds passing through, and it could mess up with your visibility on the roads. You do have high wind warnings over here for Wyoming. That's chances for up to 60 and 70 miles per hour wind gusts for higher elevations, but a lot of snow coming with your winter storm warning. So you can see this with National Weather Service for the next 3 days. For today, you're going to have mixed precipitation in all this blue. Remember, you're going to get that 1+ inches that going to come by with this clipper. It's not going to be a lot, but it could come with some winds, could make driving conditions a little bit hazardous. While you get a lot of snow in this white, but the heavy snow is all in these striped gray and white lines. As you go through tomorrow, the heavy snow is going to continue for this banding going all the way into Michigan, and this is bringing anywhere from 3 to a little over 4 inches of snow. While you're still getting snow in the white, but now you're getting mixed precipitation in this blue section. You're getting regular rain in this green, and you get some thunderstorms start building up for tomorrow, for Saturday. And what I'm showing is maybe by Sunday, after this transitions towards the southeast, could be a slight chance for southern Louisiana as you go into Sunday to maybe see a tornado. There's a slight chance. I don't have a lot of confidence with it. I'm still showing the instability is very weak. But you see the snow coming in for Sunday. You see the mixed precipitation line, chances for freezing rain while you're getting rain in the green. But you will be thunderstorms in all this green. And this down here is not for severe. This is for heavy rain, flash flooding possible. If it was severe, it'd be a darker red. There is an outlook for a severe weather, but it's mostly that it's going to be for chances for hail, what I can see. But National Weather Service does have it for the coast of Louisiana, a slight chance for maybe a tornado, a spin up or two. It'd be a quick mover if it was. And you can see here on the Euro that as you go into Saturday, you build up some instability. This is where your thunderstorms are going to start, and the front is pushing to the east. So it's really not going to tap into a lot of that. And then once it moves to the east, you can see how much weaker your cape is, how much weaker your instability is. I've been showing this ever since a while back. I don't see a big tornado outbreak coming with this. I know that y'all was told there's going to be a lot of tornadoes. It's not. And then as it transitions to the southeast, maybe for the panhandle of Florida, we'll look into that. This is all the way until Monday, guys. But so far, National Weather Service sees this not as a threat so far. That's what they have put out. But you can see when you look at your lightning strikes, as you go Saturday into Sunday, it don't really tap into all that instability that you saw. You have to have all the moisture to make that any use. So it won't be any serious tornadoes outbreaking right here for Texas. But there is chances for large hail. And as it goes into Sunday morning, the lightning strikes start to get really severe for the coast of Texas. And that transitions over to southern Louisiana. So you have chances for large hail as well. Here's your diagram here, and you're right at the peak of it with that white. Definitely chances for large hail as you go into Sunday morning. A lot of lightning strikes build up as it transitions over to Louisiana and heads southerly. You see how it just dies off. So it's really not going to be a big event of any kind. But as it transitions from Texas to Louisiana, along the coast, it could be a spin up, a low chance. So as you go Sunday into Monday, you're going to have thunderstorms and all of this green, but they have put out a 5%, a marginal chance for any kind of severe weather as you go Sunday into Monday. So far, Houston, Texas, New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Pasadena, Texas, and Metairie, Louisiana. And you can see right here from the notes from National Weather Service that it does have weak instability. So it will develop, but it's not going to be really strong. But there will be some updraft organization, and that's going to help bring your thunderstorms into effect. Now, where it gets strong is where it starts going into Sunday, Monday towards southern Louisiana. You can also see here as it goes through Sunday and Monday towards Louisiana. So isolated hail and damaging winds may occur with this activity as it spreads into parts of Louisiana through Sunday evening. Additional convection may spread from the Gulf across parts of southern coastal Louisiana as a modest low-level jet shifts eastward through the day. Although low-level shear is forecast to be fairly modest, a tornado or two also appear possible. Now, the severe potential will be determined by how far low-level moisture will be able to advance inland as it goes along the central of the Gulf Coast. You also can see right here as it continues to move forward, guys. Most guidance suggests that this front will either remain just offshore or perhaps brush the immediate coastal areas of Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle Sunday evening and Sunday night. Given this signal and uncertainty regarding surface-based convection potential over the land, it does look weak, but there is that one little area. But they have opted to not include these areas in the marginal risk for now. So they may add the severe weather risk to go a little bit further, at least to the Florida Panhandle, like I showed you with that cape with the lift. But right now they're showing that the jet is not going to affect them that much. Maybe along the coast, we need to get a little bit closer to get information, because so far you can see with the NAM as it goes through Saturday, it does bring that updraft, it brings some storms, it brings some lightning strikes, but it really don't form that line until it goes into Sunday. And that's really as far as we can see so far. So there is a chance for that line, that front line storm, to maybe a squall line to form, and that's what they're talking about. Well, we got to get a little bit closer. This is going all the way into Sunday evening. So I will see you Sunday morning with HRRR. But to give as much information as I can, and NAM is the only high resolution model we really have, and you don't want to look at the 84-hour, the 12K. That one always lines up different. You can see as you go towards midnight, as this transitions over, you could get a strong system. This is your helicity values. You can see you could get some vorticities spinning up right over Texas and maybe get a spin up over Louisiana. So I will check this when we get closer, because you can see with your significant tornado perimeters, again, once with the NAM, and it puts all these factors of shear, dew points, all your winds. It puts all these factors at what could make a tornado, and you can see your perimeters are very weak for any chance of that as it transitions from Texas into Louisiana. So this one looks a little bit more viable to what National Weather Service said. It'd be more like along the coast. So we just got to get closer. I will have more information for you bright and early on Sunday. But you can see also with the NAM that as we get that first clipper system, this one's going to be a little bit northerly. This second one that's coming through is what's bringing y'all that snowfall. This is going to go all the way from Saturday, and it's going to go all the way towards the intercoastal northeast a little bit by Sunday. But so far, it's only bringing a little bit. The rest of it is going to be rain. As we get this next one that comes down, that could bring y'all the freezing rain or the snow. But you can see again also how weak these thunderstorms are according to NAM as we go through that transition. But you can also see the update with the precipitation probability outlook for the next 6 to 10 days. They are above average for the Northwest for precipitation, also for southern Texas, southeastern Texas, a little bit as it goes towards the east, and the southeast and mid-Atlantic has the heaviest amount besides what's in the Northwest. But you can see how below average precipitation you're going to be in all of this region from the 1st all the way through the 5th. And National Weather Service shows the same thing. So for today, as you're waking up, and if you look at these colors, the dark blue means your likely chance for snow. The lighter blue means just a chance. And the same thing goes for the ice. Same thing goes for our thunderstorms and our mixed precipitation. As you can see up here for Idaho, a little bit of Washington, Montana, going into Wyoming, you have that chances for ice. And as you go through noontime, it moves over towards Michigan, moves over towards Montana. Then now it goes into the Dakotas as you go later this evening. While you got a chance for some mixed precipitation, you have a chance for it in that purple as you go overnight. While Chicago gets some snow, later on it could transition to a little bit of mix. Then as you go into Saturday morning, that next clipper just moves on through the Dakotas and it goes through Iowa, bringing that snowfall I showed you all the way till Sunday. Then you start getting that rain to build up, and you have right here your chances for your severe thunderstorms. Now you can see down here that it's not going to be severe, where you have a severe outlook. This is just going to be for thunderstorms. And then as you go through Sunday, it moves over. Your chances for snow, a little bit of mix, but you can see where your line lies, and a little bit of mix for intercoastal northeast, a little bit of snow, while we get another swath that moves through. And as you go through Monday, you see that moved away. You didn't have that thunderstorm outlook for any of that. But as we go through Monday, now we're starting to get a little bit of rain coming this next low pressure across the southwest as we get this cold air, and this is where we get the transition. So right here you have a chance for ice to form up with a little bit of snow. This is by Monday. By Tuesday, it's going to grow to heavier precipitation, but the same line for a chance of ice. Now, the likely part is this orange. This dark orange is likely to be ice. This other part of this orange is a chance for ice, but it's the same line that I showed you, and above that is going to be a swath of snow. At the same time, it is going to bring a little bit of rain towards Arizona, and on the northern half, a little bit of snow. As you go through Wednesday, it transitions to the northeast. Intercoastal northeast has a chance for snow, while everywhere else is going to be rain. And then right here is where your rain is likely to start building up. But you see the severe weather is gone, while you have a chance for snow now for the Panhandle of Texas, a little bit of Oklahoma. And as you go through Thursday, all that dissipates. All the cold air starts pushing away. Now it's just going to be for rain. Now you actually have thunderstorms that could pop up again for Thursday. And as you go through Friday, it weakens down. So you can see in the next 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook, you're going to be well colder up here for the upper Midwest. I can verify that. But it is going to stretch down into Texas, and you even have a lesser chance, but it's still a chance of colder air to come down below Texas. This is going to be below average for this time of year. It is going to be a colder temperatures, but it is going to start leaving. As you look at 8 to 14 days, everything starts going back to normal as you go from the 3rd through the 9th, and just starts lessening up with those cold temperatures. So you can see this on NOAA. So all the way from the 3rd and the 4th, that you have a moderate chance for very cold temperatures coming through. Also up here for the New England states. And as you go from the 3rd through the 4th and 5th, they actually have a slight chance of a lot of cold air coming down all the way to the edge, and maybe go to the coast right here from the 3rd through the 5th. So when you go to National Weather Service and see what your daily low temperatures are, you can see as you go through tomorrow, you have these very cold temperatures moving through, negative temperatures. As you go through Sunday, it's going to continue to move down through Texas. You start feeling in the 20s now, while you have this big area of negative temperatures moving through. As you go through Monday, this is going to continue to spread mostly for the northern half of the U.S., but it is still stretching down over here towards northern half of Texas, where you're still feeling like you're in the 20s. This is your lowest temperatures you're going to get. As you go through Tuesday, it swings a little bit more towards Wisconsin, upper Midwest. Very cold temperatures moving through this anomaly. But as you go through Thursday, you can see it starts expanding away with these very cold temperatures, while now you do get in the 20s a little bit further down Texas. Then as you go through Thursday, It just stays there with these very cold anomaly, very cold temperatures coming through. So your lows are going to be in some very cold freezing conditions, but your highs are going to be there as well. And that's what's going to keep this transition going between snow, ice, and rain. Not to mention the upper Midwest is just going to stay in these cold temperatures for the whole week. And your highs are going to start getting worse as well. So as you go through day 2, you can see your high temperatures in the south. So you do have some cold lows, but it's going to warm back up. But your highs for the upper Midwest is now over a negative 5 degrees over for single digits, teen temperatures. I can verify once again. I woke up, it was 10 degrees this morning. As you go through Sunday, these are your highs that you can expect moving through Sunday while you're still somewhat warm in the south. As you go through Monday, this is going to expand. Now your daily highs is going to be in a freezing condition for northern Texas. A lot of people feel like teen temperatures in single digits for your highs. This is for Monday. As you go through Tuesday, it starts weakening down Wednesday and Thursday. So the south does go through a cold spill. It is going to be warm with your daily highs. But later on, the cold temperature does move further to the south, but I'm not showing any precipitation changing into anything at those times. It's not meeting up with the temperatures. But up here for the northern half of the U.S., you're going to be very cold for the rest of the week. And you can see the update on all the models on your Arctic oscillation after we get this dip of cold air all the way through the 3rd through the 5th. All models agree that it starts moving away. But when we get this transition going on from Tuesday all the way till next week, all the way till Thursday and Friday, it is going to add up to a good chance for a lot of ice. And for the next 5 days, Euro is picking up that you will have a 1/10 of an inch up to a chance for a 1/4 of an inch of ice for Texas and Oklahoma going into northern Arkansas. Plus you got some mix for the Ohio Valley. But as you keep going through this pattern of feeding precipitation into this cold air, it continues to show that for the next 162 hours, if we can back it up just for the next 7 days, that there's still a good chance for at least a 1/2 inch of ice to fall for portions of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and maybe going into western Tennessee. What comes after that is still too far, but so far that's what Euro is seeing, that we still have this ice chance. So for the next 6 days, according to the Euro, we have a lot of ice building up for western Tennessee, northern Arkansas, up to a 1/2 inch. Also for Oklahoma, while you're getting snow in the northern half, you're going to have freezing rain and ice on the southern half, up to a 1/2 inch. And it shows up to 1 inch for Texas. So it's just a crazy amount of ice that could build up throughout this transition. I will keep you updated with National Weather Service because that's the most dependable one to go by. And when you go to the next 7 days with the Euro, you can see how the snow builds up for the higher elevations, very cold air as well. You still get the strips of snow that goes across all the way to the intercoastal northeast from those clippers, but it still confirms that there will be snow somewhat for northern Texas, Oklahoma, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, as it goes across Tennessee, Kentucky. Still got chances for freezing rain. And as it goes across Virginia as well. Maybe even get a little bit of southern Maryland, southern Delaware in on there. Now, once again, the GFS don't see all that snow building up right here. You are going to be below average on your precipitation, but even National Weather Service shows that there's going to be a transition of freezing rain and ice and snow in this region, so I wouldn't go by this outcome. Matter of fact, National Weather Service model not only showing with these clippers coming through, chances for it to hit the I-95 corridor a little bit as well. It's only a couple of inches, but it's better than nothing. There is a chance for 1 inch of snow to pile up for the Texas Panhandle and the northern half of that precipitation going through Oklahoma and Kansas, maybe 1 inch, a little bit of southern Missouri, while you have that freezing rain and ice below that. But that's about it. And that actually is what the Canadian sees. So the Canadian model, in my opinion, compared with what I can see with National Weather Service information, comparing what's going on with the impacts, that Canadian is more likely to happen with National Weather Service impacts than what the Euro or the GFS is seeing. You can even see here for all the ensembles for GFS that as you look for the snowfall, a lot of crazy outcomes there. But you can see on your control member, it's not showing any snowfall. Maybe a little bit, but not much. But when you go by the ensembles of the Euro, once you hit 5 days to 7 days, it starts adding up to where there's a chance for snow to come across the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma. Even got some deep ones here. And there is 50 members, so after you check the next line of members, you can see that there is some that's showing some crazy snowfall. But the majority of them is showing you that there's not much coming for Texas, guys. But you can see here in the members, once you go 5 days out, then you start getting this buildup of freezing rain and ice. There is a layer, and the snow is more northern. So I think you will see snow maybe for the panhandle of Texas, just like it shows on National Weather Service. But the rest of y'all are going to see freezing rain and ice come out of this transition as it goes from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just going to be a few days of this all the way till Thursday. You can also see for the Corn Belt, for the central U.S., Tennessee, Kentucky Valley, Great Lakes, that it is starting to show that this transition could come somewhere through southern Missouri, through western Tennessee, through Kentucky, that there will be a transition of freezing rain and ice that will carry along through the states when this happens next week. Still a little too far to be sure. Some snow above it as well, but that transition is trending that it will continue to move past Texas and Oklahoma. And for the Northeast, I really wanted y'all to get some snowfall along the I-95 corridor. It's been a really below average for y'all, a really bad year on snowfall. So you can see with the next 6 days with the Euro that all these model runs, all these ensembles show you that pretty much you have a 50-50 shot. More than likely than not, on the coast for the I-95 corridor, more than likely it will be intercoastal for the Northeast. But there is some that show that it could stretch down a little bit further. Just not a high confidence for the I-95 corridor. And I did look through all the members for you. All 50 is still showing that it's a 50-50 shot, but likely more than not that it will be intercoastal and not stretch all the way down the I-95 corridor. Now, this is for the next 6 days, but you can see the average, guys. But the National Weather Service model is showing that there is a chance for ice. For ice to build up at least of the 1/10 of an inch for northern Texas going into Oklahoma, also Arkansas, even covering southern Arkansas before it showed northern. It's a chance to go all the way to southern Arkansas as this line transitions with these temperatures. Southern Missouri, a little bit of southern Illinois, western Tennessee, western Kentucky. And this is for the next 7 days, guys, which brings me back here. So this is the next 4.5, almost 5 days with the Canadians. See how it's not super heavy for Texas like the Euro has been going towards. It starts getting heavy as it goes towards Oklahoma and Arkansas and Illinois. And as you keep going through, you can see that the cycle really starts to add up to a lot of chances for ice. I'm not looking up freezing rain. I'm looking up ice. And so far, it's showing a lot of ice potential. Matter of fact, this could get into the DFW and bring y'all a big problem. I will update you. This is into next week. But the heaviness is starting to show where it's going towards DFW, southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, and some of Mississippi as it goes to Tennessee, Kentucky as well. So that could be a big threat next week. I will update you. It's too far to be screaming wolf, but it's been trending over and over. But what it is going to do is start adding up to a lot of rainfall and bring a lot of flooding to where these temperatures are not going to affect people in the south. So it is bringing some chances for some heavy rain as well as for the northwest, but a lot of heavier rain coming down for the south. So as you check for tomorrow you have a marginal chance for flash flooding as it goes by Houston, as it goes into Louisiana. Now, as you keep going, you can see as you go through Sunday into Monday, this is where it starts adding up with all that rain that's coming your way. You're in a slight risk, not only the marginal for the green, but you're in a slight risk all the way from Houston, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, all the way up to Jackson, Mississippi, Montgomery, Alabama, Birmingham, you're not really in it, all into Georgia, and South Carolina and the Panhandle of Florida. All y'all are in a slight risk for flash flooding as we go through Sunday and Monday with this system that's bringing all that rainfall. Then after that, it dissipates. But as we go back through next Tuesday and Wednesday, there's another chance once again for the southern half, the half that's not getting the freezing rain and the snow, that you have a marginal for flash flooding once again. And remember, I am giving away another one of these weather stations today. So make sure you put the comment radar in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button so you qualify. And it comes with a nice display, guys. And it updates every 18 seconds. So you will love this. And as you can see, obviously you can put it on a pole or you can screw it right into your fence. It is a great weather station. They are celebrating 80 years. I will pick the winner when I come back on Sunday. If you've never been here before, I don't upload on Sabbath. That's according to what God says. You don't work unless lives are at risk, of course. And that's from Friday to sundown Saturday. So I will see you again on Sunday and update everything that's going on just so we know what the upcoming pattern is and what your impacts will be. But thank you all for visiting. Please stick around. I have something I want to share with you if you've never been here before. We always bring a little positivity every day, not just doom and gloom. We like to talk about good things here as well. So let's spread some love. Let's spread some knowledge from our Father. Matthew 6:22 through 26. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold on to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? Amen. God bless all of you. Hope you have a very blessed Friday. Thank you again for your time. You do know I do appreciate it. All glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And may He bless you and give you wisdom and turn you towards the Lord if you never have been before, because He is here to save you. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great day, everybody.